What if the most powerful pharmacy you could possibly access wasn't down the street at all, but was actually right there in your own kitchen? Today, we're diving into the scientifically backed power that's hiding in our everyday foods, all through the incredible work of herbal medicine expert Dr. Simon Mills. All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll tackle a huge issue in modern medicine, what I'm calling the modern pill problem. Then we'll look to some ancient wisdom backed by modern science for a new perspective. After that, we're opening up your kitchen pharmacy to find some powerful and pretty surprising examples. We'll also spend some time rethinking inflammation. And finally, we'll talk about the power on your plate and how you can put all this to work. Okay, let's just dive right in. Look, there's no doubt we live in an age of incredible medical miracles. But when it comes to our everyday health, what's our first instinct? We reach for a pill, right? The big question is that convenience actually creating bigger problems for us down the road? I mean, think about it. For so many chronic conditions, we've become so reliant on pharmaceuticals. And look, they can be absolute lifesavers for sure. But this heavy, heavy reliance, it's bringing up some serious concerns. We're talking long-term side effects, dependency, and maybe the biggest one? Are we just slapping a Band-Aid on the symptoms instead of actually fixing the root cause? Okay, if you want to get a sense of the scale of this, just look at this number, 236 million. That is just staggering. That's how many antibiotic prescriptions were handed out in the US in 2022 alone. And the fallout from this is huge. The World Health Organization is now calling antibiotic resistance one of the biggest global health threats we face. We're literally creating superbugs that our best medicines just can't touch anymore.
So, okay, if our modern pill for every problem approach has a pretty big flaw, where do we even start to look for an alternative? Well, the answer might not be in some futuristic lab. It might actually be in rediscovering some wisdom our ancestors knew all along.
And this quote from Dr. Simon Mills it nails it perfectly. I can't do anything about the sea and the waves, but I can help you to build a better boat. After 50 years in complementary medicine, his whole point is that the goal isn't to try and fight every single wave life throws at you. No, it's about building a stronger boat. It's about strengthening our own bodies so we can handle those storms when they inevitably come. Now, there's a fancy word for this. It's called phytotherapy. And really, Dr. Mills's whole mission has been to take this, this old wisdom, the kind of stuff cultures have known for centuries, and put it into a modern scientific framework to prove that this isn't just folklore, it has a real, measurable scientific basis. And that, right there, brings us to this incredibly powerful and, honestly, really accessible idea that maybe the most effective medicine doesn't come in a little plastic bottle, but comes right out of your own pantry. Okay, let's kick things off with one that might surprise you. Dark chocolate. Yeah, you heard me right. According to Dr. Mills, dark chocolate, and listen, we're talking the good stuff, like 75% cocoa or higher, is one of the best medicines you can find for your long-term health. So this isn't about eating a candy bar. It's a seriously powerful tool. In fact, studies are showing it can create real beneficial changes in your blood flow in, get this, just 1 hour. That means it's supporting your heart, your circulation, and even your brain health for the long haul. All right, next up, garlic. This stuff has an amazing history. It was actually nicknamed Russian penicillin because back in the day, it was used as an alternative when the drug itself was scarce. And it is so potent. I mean, if you eat enough raw garlic, you can literally kill certain pathogens on a petri dish just by breathing on it. How wild is that? But here's where its real power lies. It's a prebiotic. So it's not just about killing the bad guys, it's about feeding the good bacteria in your gut. And as we're learning more and more every single day, that community of bugs, that microbiome, it's basically running the whole show inside you. Okay, so what about something with a more immediate kick? For when you feel that first little tickle in your throat, that sign a cold is coming on? Well, there's a simple, super powerful combination that Dr. Mills jokes was created in heaven. It's just a simple warming tea, fresh ginger and cinnamon. Now, the reason this works so well is because it acts as a vasodilator, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps open up your blood vessels. This gets your circulation going, helps flush your system out, and gives you that immediate, deep feeling of warmth and relief right when you need it. And of course, we have to talk about turmeric. That bright orange root with curcumin inside. It's famous for its effect on inflammation, right? But its real power, well, there's a secret key that most people totally miss. So here's the secret. Your body on its own, it barely absorbs curcumin at all. Its incredible power is only unlocked when your gut microbiome gets involved. Your healthy gut bacteria are the ones that break it down into compounds your body can actually use. It's just another massive reminder that our digestive health is absolutely central to, well, to everything. And that idea, it leads us to a really major shift in how we think about our bodies. For decades, we've been hammered with one simple message. Inflammation is the enemy. It's bad. But what if that's completely backwards? So the common view is pretty clear. Inflammation is the disease, and we have to suppress it with drugs. But Dr. Mills offers a totally different take. Inflammation isn't the problem. It's a healthy defense. Trying to suppress it it's like shutting down the fire department's alarms the second they arrive at a burning building. You're not putting out the fire, you're just silencing the warning. Think of it this way. Inflammation is your body sending in the Marines, right? The white blood cells come rushing in to clean up a mess. So the real goal shouldn't be to stop them from doing their job. The goal should be to fix whatever mess caused them to be deployed in the first place. So, how do we pull all of this together into something we can actually use? Well, this last part gives us a really simple and honestly really empowering takeaway you can start with today. Over 2,000 years ago, Hippocrates absolutely nailed it. Let food be thy medicine. It's so true. The path to reducing the need for your body to send out that inflammatory response and for supporting your natural defenses, it all starts with what you put on your plate every single day. And diversity is absolutely key here. The goal of aiming for 30 different plants a week, it's not about being restrictive, it's about adding variety. Think of it like this. Every different color, the purples, the greens, the oranges, feeds a different little family of good bacteria in your gut. And when that microbiome is well fed and happy, it takes all those amazing plant compounds and turns them into powerful, tailor-made medicine just for you. So the next time you open up your fridge or you're walking down the produce aisle, I want you to ask yourself this question. Because when you start to see your food in this new light, you're not just cooking dinner. You're building a stronger boat ready for whatever the seas of life decide to throw your way.